Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon. Sean.McNiff, the Lloyd's coach here, just coming back to bringing you an installment that dives into buy-sell agreements. So a big part of our world here is funding buy-sell agreements. In my personal opinion, I think they're a fantastic opportunity for insurance advisors. I think there are a lot of businesses and business owners that need help planning for their buy-sells. It's just blue ocean in my mind. So we're going to give you a two-part series here today. In the first part, I'm going to talk a little bit about the legal components of a buy-sell agreement, why these agreements are so important and why you should visit them with your clients. And then in part two, we'll talk about the numbers, what it costs to fully fund a buy-sell agreement, what it looks like from an economic standpoint for the advisor involved. And we're just going to get sort of into the numbers and show you what the market opportunity looks like for you from a real practical perspective. So, first off, let's dive into the agreements. What is a buy-sell agreement? Well, a buy-sell agreement is an agreement between partners that really defines their partnership and what happens in the event that something unexpected actually happens to them. So, from a legal perspective, I think the easiest way to think of buy-sell agreements, or at least to sort of, put them in your mind for your clients, is this notion of the 5 Ds, right? There's 5 Ds that people generally focus on within buy-sell agreements. And those Ds are death, divorce, what happens if your partners become divorced with their spouses, departure, what happens if they leave, disqualification, what happens if they go to jail, right? What happens if they do something that disqualifies them from being in the actual business, and then disability, which is really where we focus. So the 5 Ds of buy-sell agreements are generally why people enter into a buy-sell agreement, so that they can define what happens. God forbid one of these triggering events actually takes place in their business. And from an advisor perspective, where do you find this buy-sell language? Where do you find a buy-sell agreement? Where does it actually sit organizationally? The 3 major areas that you're going to find buy-sell agreement or buy-sell triggers are first within operating agreements. Those are typically found within limited liability companies. The second is going to be your stockholder agreement, and those are generally found within S corporations. And then third and last is really just a standalone buy-sell agreement. It's a buy-sell agreement that sits outside of your operating agreements within a business and really just focuses on how that buy-sell arrangement is going to work between the partners. So, outside of the 5 Ds, outside of the agreements, the last thing I think I'd encourage you to keep in the back of your mind is sort of when to look at buy-sell agreements. Everybody has clients, and a lot of times they might hear, yeah, we've addressed that already. Well, that's nice, that's good, that's well, but anytime that the business valuation changes is really a time that partners should consider looking at their buy-sell agreement. Oftentimes it's where they carry the major part of their net worth, and it should be looked at every time the business value increases and decreases. Also, at age, as people begin to retire out of the business, you need to revisit that buy-sell language every time one of the partners retires to adjust and really reallocate for the current partners of the business. And then if you bring on new key employees or new partners, you've always got to adjust the buy-sell agreement for that change in partnership. And then lastly, if you have different family situations taking place, right? So, maybe you're bringing children into the business and you want to bring them into the equity positions, but that's a complicated process when your other partners have to be considered in that math. So that's sort of the legal perspective of buy-sell agreements, a very high 50,000-foot view of really why they're important, why business owners need them. And in part 2, we'll dive into the numbers, what it looks like to fund a buy-sell agreement, with life insurance, with disability insurance, and really how we see that in practice. So outside of that, this is the Lloyd's Coach, just bringing you an installment on buy-sell. If you have other colleagues that you think would be interested in the video, please feel welcome to share. Feel free to hit like on our button and feel free to subscribe to our videos. Thanks so much, and we'll see you for part 2.